So here we are in the editor, specifically in the banner image of your website. And I did that by clicking on the banner image itself, which gave me the opportunity to come in here and edit the slideshow. So this is the first image of your slideshow and it has a title on it. And I wanted to show this to you because I think the sizing of this text is really good. It's Cantorell font, size 38. And then you can just center and place it. So I want to keep that, but I do have to recreate it when I come in and put the new spring images in the website. And I want it to say your local news and business center using the Cantorell font size 38. So I'm going to cancel this particular image because I'm actually going to remove this slide. And I'm going to remove this one, this one, this one. I'm going to keep them there so you can see what happens when I add our spring photos. I'm going to upload from my desktop a daffodil, and a pussy willow, and I think I'll take the spring anemone as well. So all three are going to now appear in the top here so we can see that I have not only these winter images but the spring. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these. I unfortunately can't just disable them. I'd like to keep them so I don't have to re-enter them next winter, but that's not a feature that we have at this time inside of this editor. These are images that have been provided by Millie, and they'll need to be stored in a folder so that they're easily updated when it is time in the winter for that to happen. So here's a photo of daffodils, and I can edit this slide and move it up and down. I'll just get my four-headed arrow, which means it's saying, oh, where do you want to position it? And I can do this, I can do that, but of course I want to see a little more of that pretty orange and yellow along with the green, and that looks good to me. And I'm going to say save this slide just as it is, just as I've positioned it. And then I'm going to go to the next slide and click on it, and that appears here in my window, and I'm going to say edit and play with this one. How do I want that to appear? What do I think looks most interesting? Let's go with that. And again, save the slide. And here's one with anemone. And I'd say that looks good, but I'm going to take a look at it and see if there's an adjustment that would look better. Maybe those new little buds. So intense with the blue line. And save the slide. And now I'm back to seeing each one. So once I go in and edit the slide, this menu at the top disappears. And I'm just focused on editing the slide and what I want to do with that slide. What is this feature here? Well, this is to advance through the images. So I'm going to be removing this one, but it's reminded me that I need to add the title to one of our new spring photos. And these have a lot of color. They're not white in background, so I will have to work with the font color to make sure it shows up on the background of these new spring images. Actually, I think I'm going to edit this slide. I think I want that down a little more. I could say OK as well down here as save slide. Oh, I have to save slide. Now I'm going to take the bold move of removing this winter seen. And I'm going to decide which one do I want to appear first in our rotation. And I'm going to choose this one with the willow because I believe that I might be able to add the title verbiage and have it most easily seen on this blue sky background. So I'm going to edit the slide and add text. Cantorell, I think we had 38. And it just comes up with the text box, example text, okay, your local news and business center. And now I can say okay to my text, and now that it's established I can move this. I can keep it here. I can come back in and change it to say your local news and business center, and have it just look a little bit different than what it did. And I've got a space where I don't want it, so I'm going to go back in and edit that. And maybe I want to go like this. Whoop. I think I like it spaced wise. It sort of stacks and steps out, has nice stepping. Maybe right about like that. I like that. Something a little different. Maybe people will notice and say, yeah, they're in there, they're making this a happening site. And so I'm going to stick with those images and I will click save. And now I have this established in the header of the website. I'm going to go back in here and edit this slideshow. And before I say save, I should have checked to what pages will it save it, because I want this in my tall header on certain pages, not all pages. So the options are save to all pages, save to this page only, and what has been selected in the past is marked with a green check mark, and I'm going to go in here and see what pages this header image is selected to appear on. And it looks correct to me, local columnist, the home page, and that would be it. So I'm going to say save, that is correct.